principal out there at the Renaissance Center. And he's what they call an in-betweener when he was in college. Played down at Western after he transferred. And he said they put him up against some of these 7-footers. And so he said you had to do what you had to do.
That's right.
So he only about 6'6". So when the guy come across the line, you meet him at the top of the key. And you started beating him. Try to step on his toes. You pull on his trunks. You do anything, because if he gets down where he wants to get, has anybody ever done you that way? Try to keep you from getting where you want to get. They do anything. Sports is a microcosm of life. People try to keep you from getting where that you want to get. You do have some plays, don't you? And they try to keep you from getting where you want to get. In life, the opposition try to keep you from getting where you want to get. And so if they can get in your mind, said you got to believe that he is and that he's a rewarder. And I got to go now. But you got to believe more than just in a what to say, generic sense. You got to believe it personal, that he's a rewarder of me. You got to believe that he will reward you. And so he goes to this house with Jairus, and when he gets to the house, there's all of this, in the King James said, tumultuous experience. All these people in there, and in that day, did y'all know that they paid people to be mourners? If you had money, you could pay people to come over and to cry for you. They was over there just a crying and boo-hooing and just acting a crying. And the Lord knew it wasn't in their heart. They didn't care nothing about that little girl. And he put them all out. Can I get away? Sometimes, saints of God, you have to get away from the crowd and from some people. Because they just there for the show. They ain't really care nothing about you. And so he put them out. Didn't know there was nobody in there but the mama and the daddy. And those 3 disciples that was part of his inner crowd. And he got them in there. He called the girl by name. Told the girl to get up and to rise. Saints of God, when God comes into the place, you and I ought to celebrate the power and the presence of God. Everybody wants a blessing, but everybody ain't prepared to celebrate the presence and the power of God. You ought to come in like this Jairus and his wife and the disciples and Jesus, and you ought to have a line that Jairus would use if he was here. He'd say, my God is an awesome God. And my God, he will either deliver me out of it, or he'll deliver me in it, or he will empower me to live through it. But I'm going to be strong, and I'm going to proclaim the power of God. And I will live through this, for the Lord is with me. If you and I will just celebrate the presence and the power of God, God will give you a new blessing. Can I get a witness?
Amen.
If you will make up your mind, you're going to survive. You ain't going to just keep on doing the same thing over and over again. You can check your mind and say, I'm going to control these negative thoughts that keep going through my mind. I'm going to control the fact that it keeps saying, you can't do it. But I'm going to say, I'm a child of the King, and yes, I can. He put it in my heart. He's going to put it in my spirit, and he's staring at me. And I'm going to go forward and see what else the Lord's going to do. And I don't need the whole crowd with me. Can I get a witness? I'm going to close with this. There are some people that they can't do nothing because they can't get enough people to agree with them. Amen. They got to have the custom and the culture of their community before they'll step out. But if you're going to serve the Lord, you got to know him for yourself.
Amen.
And when you hear the Spirit of the Lord speaking to you, you'll do like that sister. After spending all that she had done, she said, I'm going to have a revival right here. And I'm going to see what the Lord can do. A lot of people were around, but only a few was blessed. Are you going to come to the place where there's a lot of people, and it's left up to each one of us as individuals how we're going to leave? Are we going to leave blessed? Are we going to leave and tell, I saw that sister that had been to every doctor walking away. I don't even know why she was here. They don't even know that the Lord had delivered. And some of them didn't hear nothing else except, don't bother the master anymore because she's dead. Jesus had delivered her and said, now go in there and fix her something to eat. Can I get a witness? What would you like to eat, Carter? What would you like to eat? Go home and tell your mom. Would you stand with me? If you're here today, you can come here today and leave just the way you came. How about somebody just came today just to see how it was going to be? Somebody already got counted how many people's here? Somebody can tell you how many lights is burning? I didn't hear that if you have, and you must have, an operative faith to cause you to have a right now blessing. It ain't enough just to come and be a part of the crowd. You must decide for yourself, I will survive. I will keep my mind in check. I'm going to put all of this evil mess out of my mind and stop this flow of negativity that goes through and listening to all the mess that flows through. And I'm going to celebrate the power and the presence of God in my life and give God the praise and glory because he loves me so much so that he died for me. Conquered both death and hell just for me. Got up with all power, and then he said, Cunningham, don't worry about it. Don't worry about you got to pay for it while you're in it. At 5:06, go on and make the payment. But when it's all over, he said, I've got another mansion for you. Can I get a witness? I believe I got some mansions and I got some butler angels. Amen. I believe I got some valet services waiting for me in that heavenly city. I mean, some of y'all don't like it. You like driving, but there ain't nothing wrong with me.
That's right.
Lord want to give me an angel to drive me around.
That's right.
How easy. Can I get a witness? Come on now. I know, old Pepper, he likes to